Hi everyone!
Hi!
Welcome back to our channel. Today we've got a video for you on lily fragrances. I think this was one that was requested.
Yeah.
So
I can't remember who by
no.
though. Oh, that's really bad, sorry.
If it was you, comment below. So we are going to show you 3 different lily fragrances and just have a little bit of a chat about lilies in general.
Sounds good.
Do you like lily fragrances?
Do you like lilies full stop? Because some people,
Yes.
I find that particularly with cut lilies in a vase in your house, they're quite potent, aren't they? I don't know that.
I don't like them.
Yeah, it's tough because they are.
I'm struggling right now.
I'm glad that they're right above me.
I feel like they're about to drop on me because that's the other thing. That's another reason why I don't like them is because the pollen drops and stains really badly.
In fact, I've found often that a florist will cut out the stamen.
Yeah. That's what I try and do, but I don't get to them in time.
I know. So, but they're beautiful flowers.
They are amazing. They're one of the most kind of over the top flowers, aren't they?
Exuberant flowers. And of course you see them a lot in like wedding displays or actually and funerals. They're kind of they have that religious connotation.
They're a kind of grand gesture flower, aren't they? And they're actually one of the oldest flowers used in perfume.
Because I would not have said that.
No, I wouldn't have either. I think because they're a northern hemisphere grower originally, and yes, apparently they were used by the Egyptians and the Greeks in their fragrance kind of oils and unguents and things. There were the like families, the Lilium family,
which I think is a Roman name, isn't it? It's from the Romans. A long time ago.
A long time ago. And there's actually over 100 different species of lily. And what I didn't realise...
They're not all used, are they?
No, but some of them actually don't have any smell. So I think that in this country, definitely, the ones that we get in bouquets always have a smell. But apparently there are some that don't. So it's the ones that they use in perfumery, obviously the ones with the strongest smell. So ones like the Stargazer lily and the Casablanca lily. And the Madonna lily as well, apparently.
And they all look fairly similar, those with that sort of big kind of star-shaped flower, unlike those kind of very structured arum lilies, which are almost like trumpets, aren't they?
Yeah, they're quite different, I think as well, and I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this, but you can, in some cultures, particularly in China, they use the root of the lily plant quite a lot, and they use
like
it
as a medicine.
Yeah, as a medicine, and in cooking, like in soups and things like that. And I'd never heard of that before. I was kind of looking into that a little bit. Following on from that, I then wondered, because we were chatting about that very thing off camera, and I was thinking about the fact that roots are often used, like the iris, in perfumery, aren't they?
Or
ginger.
Yes. But I don't think they use any part of the flower normally with lily fragrances, do they? They use their headspace technique.
Yes, exactly. Because that's because it's such a kind of grand and opulent flower, to grow fields and fields and fields of it for harvest wouldn't really be practical. So have we talked about headspace before?
I don't know. It is a way of synthetically deriving a scent from a plant, and there's lots of names. There's headspace technique, Centrec,
nature print. They're all trademarked to different kind of houses, but they basically like take a picture of the molecular structure, don't they, and then replicate it in a laboratory. So it's an amazing flower, not just for the look but for the smell as well. So we thought we'd pick 3 fragrances that we work with that are quite predominantly lily, and they're all quite different though.
Definitely they are. I mean, the one that always springs to mind from the brands that we work with is the Cartier Baiser Vole, though, because for me this is just lily in a bottle.
So we've got this one here. Baiser Vole is what year did this launch? I think it was 2011.
That
2011, right. And the idea is that Baiser Vole means stolen kiss.
Okay.
So it's like a kind of romantic, passionate kind of steal a kiss off someone type notion.
Because the whole thing about this was that whole feeling of a bouquet of lilies being sort of brushed against your skin, I guess.
Quite sensual feeling. And I think it was Mathilde Laurent the perfumer for this, who's at Cartier, she chose to work with the lily because she thought that it's actually a fragrance that's very popular with men,
right,
as well as women. So
okay.
often men
Do you mean
will
the
buy.
smell?
Well, I think more the flowers.
Okay.
They will buy them for women as a gift.
Just because they look impressive.
Yeah, exactly. They do. It's good. You get a lot for your money. So let's have a try of this one.
See, it's so strong at first because I've actually got this on my skin. I've had it on my skin for a couple of hours and it's softened right down. Yeah. Whereas when you first spray it, wow, it really does.
Well, you get the greenness first off, don't you? I mean, lily is a quite intoxicating smell, but I mean, in this, she made it to be a soliflor.
Yeah.
So it is just a fragrance that smells like lily, but obviously she may well have used other things in that to
But didn't she
create it.
want the whole impression of the lily, like the you know, the stem and the petals and the stamen and the pistil and everything?
Even the water that the lily sits in, everything about it. So yeah, you do get that green, like vegetal sharpness.
It packs a punch for sure. But honestly, I mean,
it softens down to
really
more powdery.
Soft.
Much more powdery on the dry down. Yeah.
Is there vanilla in this one?
No, there's a version, the essence. I mean, I say no, you know, but we only know what's published. But it doesn't. It's not so much as the Baiser Vole essence, which has the bourbon vanilla in it as well. So yeah, that's Baiser Vole.
Very nice. I like the bottle of that as well, with that sort of little compact.
Yes, it's based on a 1920s powder compact by Louis Cartier. It's very luxurious.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Going back in time a little bit, back to the 90s, when Issey Miyake first launched his fragrance, let's look at L'Eau d'Issey, because that's well, not just lily, but white flower celebration.
Yes.
Quite interesting, because actually he was really keen on doing something that was the smell of water. So for him, that is quite conceptual, I guess, but the idea of if water had a smell on your skin, what would it smell like? And apparently it smells like lilies.
Yeah.
Because it is quite white floral.
Yeah. I mean, it is also quite like freesia and lotus and all those other flowers.
Oh,
but
there's everything. There's carnation in here. I mean, let's just spray it here.
I love this.
It takes me back. I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
It's so, because I think it was so groundbreaking in the 1990s. Sorry.
So it's such a memory.
It does remind me of that, and I think what was interesting about this is there was that coolness that you would get from water.
Refreshing. Yeah, which is hard to do with flowers, actually.
Incredibly, but I do find white floral fragrances more refreshing in some ways, more kind of bright than some of the kind of like Turkish rose or even something like a jasmine, which is still a white flower but quite heady.
But the lily isn't so prevalent in this. If you want a kind of starter lily, then go for something like this as opposed to the Cartier.
I still feel it's got that headiness that a lily has. Yeah, it
does.
You know, yeah, interesting.
Yeah. And then the last fragrance we're going to show you is from Serge Lutens, and this is La Vierge de Fer.
Okay.
So, La Vierge de Fer means the Iron Maiden, and this is one of the fragrances in their collection noir, and it's quite recent actually. It's quite a recent launch, and I think when it was first launched, it was just a limited edition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so now they've decided to make it permanent in the collection noir, which is good because it's a really nice fragrance.
I like this a lot. And I wear this quite a lot because I quite like, as Serge does quite well, that metallic-y type
does do that
edge.
well. Yeah.
It feels sort of the sharpness of the lily. For me comes through.
Honestly, that first spray, I can't smell lily.
No,
I can just smell pear.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's very sweet.
It's sparkly and sweet and juicy. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I know, because I have worn it before as well, that it does dry down to be quite bold lily. The idea behind this fragrance is, I don't know how to explain it.
This is not easy to explain.
No,
because an Iron Maiden is an instrument of torture, right?
Well, yeah, so an Iron Maiden, but apparently it's actually mythical. Instrument of torture.
So it never existed?
Apparently not, and apparently in France, I think, particularly, it was kind of this urban legend kind of thing that you would get put on the Iron Maiden
because it was
if
like
you were bad.
Wasn't it the sarcophagus that then had the spikes in, that then you got inside and closed it? And
yeah. And you know Serge is fascinated with these kind of torturous, dark things. So what Serge is trying to say is that sometimes to create something beautiful, you have to go through some kind of torture.
Yes, and actually that kind of echoes to what you do to flowers to get the smell out of them.
Exactly. That might be what he's meaning with the lily.
Because like you can't, if you were to get a essential oil, you have to boil the petals,
which is quite torturous for the flowers, but then you get a beautiful smell at the end. So there we go.
I understand. So I hope that has given you a little bit of an understanding about lily, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing our 3 choices of lily fragrances, and let us know what you wear in terms of lilies if you do.
Yes. And we'll see you next week. Bye.